The most interesting first episode of an anime. Oh, let's see.
Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most
Oh, we talking about Yu-Gi-Oh? I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Damn, bro, should I get another seltzer water? Oh. Is that Luster Dragon? That's not Luster Dragon.
influential card games of all.
Bro, I used to remember that dragon card, bro. That was actually
Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most influential.
If I remember that card specifically, I don't think it was called Luster Dragon, but I remember that card was a really good card. I think it was a 4-star dragon monster that had 1900 attack, and it was a 4-star. You didn't even have to tribute to summon that bitch. I used to love cards like that when I was younger, where it was like, bro, you could just summon a 1900 attack monster and you don't have to tribute. Bro, crazy fucking strong, bro. Give me a sec. I used to have that card. I really like that card. Let me get my seltzer water and I'm about to get some medicine, bro. Is it still snowing? Nah, it stopped. Give me a sec. First off, that was some. Drink a little bit of medicine, bro. I always gotta make sure I have a little bit of medicine in my system. I'm not trying to get sick. Let's go.
Card games of all time, only contested by Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Uno. It influenced so many kids of my generation to wear Yu-Gi-Oh cards around their necks like gang signs for elementary schoolers. Got us building our own duel discs out of cardboard and gave the youth of America a serious gambling problem. So the first episode must have been perfect, not only getting viewers hooked on the show, but also overpriced pieces of paper, and it was.
You know what's my favorite thing though, chat? Tell me not. Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't cost as much as Pokemon cards. Are there any good Yu-Gi-Oh card sets that I could buy right now that is like kind of popular? That's my favorite thing right now, is that Yu-Gi-Oh I feel like is not as crazy sought after. Even though there is a fan base for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not crazily sought after as much as Pokemon cards right now. What's up? You said there is no weak cards on my grandfather's deck. You said they kept Exodia in the intro for 100 episodes despite Yugi not having it past episode 2 Omega Load. True. But I mean, like, I feel like that episode was just iconic because, you know, he bodied the fuck out of Kaiba when he summoned all 3 Blue Eyes, and then I think he made the Blue Eyes ultimate. He said, when I was a kid, those big packs look so beautiful. One Piece card game has surpassed Yu-Gi-Oh in the last year, actually. So that's good. Doesn't that mean that Yu-Gi-Oh is not as popular then? Which means that getting Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now might be like the wave because it's not as popular. I want to know like if there's any cool sets right now because I personally love Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Was perfect. But I say that like a mother would. So together let's take a look back at the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! And yes, I will be watching it the way it was meant to be seen. The 4 Kids English.
You said Blue Eyes Ultimate wasn't until the tournament with Pegasus. Oh, so it's just 3 Blue Eyes. 3 Blue Eyes. Yo, chat, I don't think I've ever pulled a secret rare Stardust card yet. And I remember when I was getting a bunch of Battle of Chaos sets, I haven't gotten one, bro. I wanna see like what new Yu-Gi-Oh sets is coming out. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh's art, man. Look at Seto Kaiba's drip. Even Mokuba had drip. Mokuba had the fucking yellow puffer.
Subway.
If at first you don't succeed, blast them with your blue eyes again!
First is the classic English opening. During this time period, when America received an IP, they would completely change the opening from the Japanese one. The English opening had a staggering word count of 7 unique words, while sounding like Porky Pig wrote the lyrics. It's time to duel, folks! Still, one of the best openings in anime history.
Hell yeah!
It starts with Yugi and Joey playing a friendly card game.
Hey, Tristan, Yugi here's teaching me how to play Duel Monsters.
Drooling monsters?
Yo, my favorite part about Tristan in the anime is that they always called him Antenna Head.
Yugi easily wins his duel with Joey, since it is his first duel and...
I just have better cards.
Filthy pay-to-win user. Yugi's grandpa happens to own a children's casino, so Yugi says after school they should all go see his grandpa's super rare card.
Yo, and then this motherfucking book. Yo, Bakura since episode 1 been there. Two-faced ass motherfucker talk about, I have the Millennium Ring. No, the Millennium Necklace. Yo, two-faced ass motherfucker.
Children's casino,
Yo.
so Yugi says after school they should all go
Bakura
see his grandpa's
off
super
rip.
rare card.
Rare card? My special card?
However, this conversation was overheard by Seto Kaiba while he was reading book. Let me just fix that. Kaiba is a rich quadrillionaire, owner of one of the largest
Kaiba Corp.
corporations in the world. What is he doing in school, and not even a private school at that? He owns a company already. This is like becoming a doctor and then going back to major in dance. Eventually they show up to see the card.
Rare card? My special card?
I love that line so much.
Ready? Here it is.
No, Grandpa, your other special card.
The Blue Eyes White Dragon. So rare, so powerful, I never let it leave my hands.
There are only 4 of these cards in the entire world.
That shit made no sense to me. So there really was only 4 Blue Eyes in existence? And this man Kaiba, he bugging.
There are only 5 of these cards in the entire world. Kaiba shows up, demanding the card.
Rare card? My special card?
Since Yugi's grandpa won't trade his rare card for a lot of common cards, Kaiba sends the penguin to abduct him,
Bro, if I was grandpa, I would have been like, bro, if you're Kaiba Corp, give me money. On God, I would have been like, yo, give me a couple million yen and I got you. I'll give you this special card. I'll live the rest of my days happy as fuck. But then I don't know what it was with Yugi's grandpa. Like, this motherfucker was really ready to throw hands over a fucking card, bro.
forcing him to duel for ownership of his rare card, his special card. This is why Kaiba has my utmost respect. Oh, not because of this, not even because he put his little brother in a VR game as a princess, but because he made a card of himself, calling it Kaiba Man, which isn't relevant to anything.
That's kind of badass. There's a real card like that, Kaiba Man?
The card of himself, calling it Kaiba Man.
Whoa, you can tribute this card, special summon. What? What kind of broken ass shit is that? 3-star, you don't need to tribute this fucker. You could just summon him, then tribute fucker, and then special summon a Blue Eyes. Oh my lord, bro. This looked like a badass card though, but what a crazy ass effect.
Man, which isn't relevant to anything, but I thought I'd mention it.
But I'll teach him a lesson about the heart of the cards.
Yugi then returns to the card shop where the phone is ringing.
Your grandfather's here visiting, but he's not feeling well. Why don't you come by my office and pick him up?
Kaiba!
This is funny for 3 reasons. 1, he was calling the card shop, which is run by the person he abducted, so who was supposed to pick up? 2, either he happened to call the moment Yugi walked in, or he has been repeatedly calling that number, waiting for someone to pick up.
This motherfucker thinking too much, bro. Yo, he thinking too much. He said, bro, he must have been repeatedly calling the store until Yugi picked up. That's a silly ass thing to even think about. I never thought about that.
And 3, he didn't say where his office was. This is like me going to Trump Tower saying, "Let me speak to the owner." When they arrive, Kaiba rips the Blue Eyes in half so it can't be used against him.
Rare card? My special card?
I will say, that was pretty stupid. Sure, you can only have 3 of the same cards in a deck, but what if you leave one in your pants when they get washed? That's why you always keep one in your wallet, just in case. Still, my favorite part of this is how Yugi's grandpa is just lying on the ground in pain.
special
He even
card?
gets taken away in an ambulance.
A rare
Where is
card?
the bodily
A special
harm
card?
coming from? You lost in a children's card game, not something serious like Monopoly. Before he's taken away, he gives Yugi his deck, telling him to teach Kaiba the heart of the cards. You're giving me the same deck that you just lost with? Yes. No alterations? None. Can I at least get like 3 Pot of Greeds? No, these are my rare cards, my special cards.
That's a rare card. My special
Trust
card.
me, you're like the best player I've ever seen.
Joey, buddy, you've quite literally seen one person play this game. The bar is not high. Anyone else got some inspiration while we're here?
Everyone, put your hands together.
I remember this scene. Chat, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It took me years to finally learn that this was a smiley face. It's a fucking smiley face. Years it took me. When I saw this the first time as a kid, I didn't understand what the fuck I was looking at. I really thought like she drew like some kanji and this was like an ancient inscription until I don't even know. Then one day I rewatched this episode and I turned my head and I was like, oh, it's a smiley. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a smiley face, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. You said I just noticed now. Axter, don't say that shit, bro. Don't say that. Oh my gosh, dude. No, I'm telling you, it took me forever to notice that shit. You said, why would 4 kids put kanji? I was a kid. I was a kid, bro. I didn't know.
And I'll mark us with a special sign. It's a symbol of our friendship.
Yeah, sure, why not? Before the battle begins, Yugi activates his split personality disorder. He just grew like 10 inches and has a completely different voice. Puberty hits fast, I guess. I will now briefly explain the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! So that you can follow along. It's a turn-based game where you start with 5 cards, drawing 1 card at the start of each of your turns. There are 2 types of cards, spell cards which cause some type of effect, and monster cards for attacking and defending. You can summon 1 monster card per turn, and if they have more than 4 stars, you must sacrifice at least 1 other monster to summon it. To win the game, you must reduce the opponent's life points to 0 by attacking. They aren't gonna follow any of these rules, so I did just do all of this for nothing. Kaiba starts by summoning his first monster. Anything you'd like to say, Yugi?
So this is how you beat my grandfather.
Yeah, Yugi, that's how you win, by summoning monsters. Yugi summons a monster, attacking, dealing 200 damage to Kaiba, who in return summons a clown.
He had that one laugh. That laugh is instilled in my brain since I was a kid, bro. I used to love that fucking laugh.
Using a spell card that multiplies its attack by 3. This card shouldn't exist. Yugi, what are you thinking right now?
He's good. He knows every aspect of this game.
He used a single broken spell card, but I guess this is how kids feel when they're playing against an adult in Scrabble. Fast forward, and Yugi summons Gaia, the Fierce Knight.
That's actually a broken ass card. Gaia the Fierce Knight is fucking strong as hell. Well, how much attack points he got? 2,100? If I remember correctly. I might be wrong. It's been many years.
Wait. And
2,300. Shit. What is that? That's not a 2 tribute, right? That's a 1 tribute. I don't know anymore, bro. I'm old.
They have more than 4 stars. You must sacrifice at least 1 other monster to summon it. So you can just summon any card that you get. Why did you put any of these cards in your deck? Just fill it with Cyber Dragons and Mirror Forces. Kaiba then summons 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the same turn.
That's crazy. That's actually insanity. 2 Blue Eyes in 1 turn is crazy.
Wait. You can summon 1 monster card per turn. But that's not the funniest part, because this implies that he had at least 1 Blue Eyes in his hand earlier but chose not to summon it. After stalling, a flashback of Yugi's grandpa appears. Is he dead? Then the ghost of his grandpa appears. No, seriously, is he dead? He tells Yugi that if he collects all 5 pieces of Exodia, he will instantly win the game, a feat that has never been accomplished.
A rare
which
card?
is weird,
My
because it
special
happened
card?
to me frame 1 of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. But the deck senses Yugi's doubt. Friendship tattoo? That got rid of all his doubts.
Draw your last pathetic card so
We can end this, Yugi.
My
Grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
But it does contain
The unstoppable
Not now, Karibo.
the unstoppable Exodia.
Then Exodia came out, turning Kaiba into Withers from Baldur's Gate. These are still holograms, for the record. Whatever, Yugi won. I hope he doesn't do anything weird after winning.
Open your mind!
Did he
Mind
just
crushed
mind
him.
break Kaiba? At that moment, Yugi's grandpa woke up from his coma saying, Yugi won. No, seriously, was he dead? To understand why the first episode was so discombobulated, we need to look at the manga. Yugi, cut that out. And why do you look like a retired crack dealer? Yu-Gi-Oh! Roughly translates to King of Games, and the original concept wasn't about one
Grandpa.
card game, but a variety of games. Chicken with a knife.
Chat, you know what it is? My sister has this tattoo right here.
Concept wasn't about one card game, but a variety of
My sister has this tattoo. You see Yugi's face right here? With that smile, she has this exact tattoo on her arm. You said why? I don't know why she chose that to get tattooed, but she got that tattoo of Yugi's face like this.
games. Chicken with a knife. Coin collecting with a scorpion in
I
it.
remember reading this. Yeah, like they were doing some crazy gambling in this shit, and then like they were playing, yeah, chicken with a knife.
Shoe and go fish. This is why there are no solid rules in place, because it was probably meant to be a one-off game. Luckily, it was inconsequential because kids watching were still interested in it even if it made no sense. Just like how nobody on this earth knows how to play the Pokemon card game, but you bet your
Yo, on God, when I was a kid, I did not know how to play Pokemon. All I did was just kept summoning Charizard and spamming Fire Spin. I never freaking put energy cards on him. I just said, hey, Charizard, Fire Spin. Just beat everybody. Fire Spin. Oh, it's my turn again? Fire Spin. That's all I did.
Adam's apple, we collected them all. It's important to mention that this was aired on 4Kids, who is known for many things.
Good. I'll cook us up some reindeers.
I used to hate Sanji's voice, bro, in 4Kids TV. He's like, hey, man, I'm just an old geezer. Why he talk like that in 4Kids TV?
Steaks.
But the main thing is censorship, and there was a lot to censor in the original manga, which started out as a horror manga with Yugi being more like Jigsaw.
I want to play a game. The loser loses his life. Each of us can only move one finger.
The game ended with that guy burning alive, by the way. Not only that, but in the manga,
Yo, Yugi was raw, bro. He really was a little demon at that time.
seals Kaiba inside of a card, saying he will experience something similar to death.
He hit him with the Mokuba fucking... Oh, shit!
What was in there? Probably Spectrum Internet. As you can tell, the Japanese anime is a censored version of the manga, and the 4Kids version is a censored version of that. So,
Wait, whoa, go back.
is a censored version of the manga.
The Japanese version is a censored version of the manga?
And the 4Kids version is a censored version of
Oh. Shit. So it got double censored.
that. So, what did 4Kids censor? Well, they turned guns into finger guns. They censored Dark Magician.
Yo, I don't care, bro. Don't you dare censor Dark Magician Girl, bro. I had a big ass crush on her to this day. To this day. To this day. Bro, Dark Magician Girl is a baddie, bro.
Girl. Some random stuff, and quite a bit of dialogue for some reason. Like, instead of this guy's family dying in an accident, they survived and just forgot about him, which I think is worse. But the biggest censorship may have been the greatest to ever do it, Joey Wheeler. Well, not really, because his name was censored from Katsuya Jonoichi to Joey Wheeler, a guy from Brooklyn. This is a nostalgia watch. It's not good if you didn't grow up with it like I did. I still quote so many lines from this show every day.
It should have been me, not him.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Even though it had an unorthodox start, it would develop into one of the most influential anime of all time. It would go on to hold the world record for the largest number of people participating in a tournament in a single venue. That same day, it also received the record for the smelliest venue. Many people have a favorite episode that changed their perception on life, but to me, this is my favorite episode.
When that motherfucker hit the Kaiba boy. Yo, I fucking loved Pegasus, bro. They should have gave Pegasus more screen time. Shout out to fucking Pegasus with the Millennium Eye.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wow, they've said some rather harsh things about my fellow billionaire, Seto Kaiba. They say that a Blue Eyes White Dragon plane is a gross misuse of funds.
Quite frankly, I think it's a great use of funds. They say that his little brother was put into a VR game as a princess. Quite frankly, I've seen the girl. They look nothing alike, and she is quite lovely. I'm doing this voice for another 4 years.
China. Bruh, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoa. The freakiest anime you'll ever see.